the following presentation of the National Football League.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. But tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in prime time, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gordon, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they interplay in this one. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners are 4 of their last 6 games.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Prime Time. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-1 as opposed to the 2-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's now 4 tackles for loss if you add the 3 he had last week to the 1 here in the first quarter.
And some of it comes from vision. And when you're playing defensive end, especially with those teams that want to take their D-ends and move them out a little bit wider so they can see into the offensive backfield, they can see things develop, able to make plays, then they use their athletic ability to take over and spill them.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jackson, option right. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. Jackson. And that one to the right side and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Well, looking deep here for Flowers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Here's Stout to punt as he boots this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. They didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now Tua. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches. 91 yards and a touchdown.
And he was able to haul that pass in there, but he knows he's got a tough task ahead of him. This unit in the top 5 in the NFL against the pass. He's going to have to really work hard to get open.
Now 2nd and 5. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. A little juke. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
50 yards on the play. And the Dolphins first down.
They'll run. A-champ. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get turned it all loose.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Ravens offense led by their running back headed out for the 2nd possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 17 carries, 73 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Second and a couple. On the option right is Jackson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 37-yard line.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 2nd down and a yard. As they've got it as we resume action. Now a shotgun handoff to Hill. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
First down, Ravens.
We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Tyrell Dotson there on the tackle. From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Play action. It's Jackson. Got his target. That's Kohler. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run forward with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Ravens take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He gets that one complete to Wicks. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now it's Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Throwing is Jackson. That's out to Hill, right side complete. 2nd and 9.
To Justice Hill. Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 1-yard gain.
To throw is Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Now it's Jackson. He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Baltimore.
Now Jackson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. They work now on 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Jackson now. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson doing it himself from 9 yards out. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. On his loop for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of
Tua going to throw.
2nd and a yard.
That's complete to Wicks. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Looking to pass. Tua. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And pass complete. Here's Butte with it. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
A 62-yard attempt.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Room here to run. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 33. That's good for a Miami Dolphin.
On first down, back to Achane. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's Keon White, who worked his way in and made the play.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Gets this complete to Butte. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
Brings up third and
From the gun, it's Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
first and 10 at the 25-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
That's good for another Miami Dolphins.
To a fast pass outside complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Sam Laporta from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Sanders on for the extra point. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just already know, heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
25 yards there on the catch and run. So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Off the option, here's Henry. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll run it again with Henry. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Here's Jackson to throw. A slant route caught by Bateman. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
5 yards on the play. And it's third.
Jackson finds his man. It's Kohler. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23.
Tyler Luke on for the Ravens field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Oh, look at that. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out on the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. Now it's Tua. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Now in Miami, all even as we get ready to start the 4th. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Hill to return it. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. It's complete to Brown, right side. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
A loss of a yard on the play, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flowers. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down.
It's now 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Here's Achane to start the drive. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Achane. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He's brought down at the 37.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
On play action, here's Tua. Open man downfield is Waddle. He's got it. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Tua sets up to pass it. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Back to the ground, Achane. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's third down. Now Tua. And that is incomplete.
Oh, boy, this sets up for a huge call now on fourth down because you can try the long field goal. You could go for it. Or you could punt and play for overtime. I am so glad, partner, that I don't have to make those kind of decisions. Let's see what they decide.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Right back to Achane on second down. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Here's Tua. Oh, that is incomplete.
Oh, they took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. But it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This for the lead in the final stages. Sanders' kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a three-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Throwing Tua. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 16.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Tua. Open man is Waddle complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. Now Tua. This to Laporta, right side. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here's 1st and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Achane will score. Touchdown, Miami.
On this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with the touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 24-17. A little under 50 seconds to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Now Jackson. And that's complete to Brown. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Steps away to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here first down. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Jackson. The short throw caught by Andrews. Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. One last shot for Jackson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting into midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Miami, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.